everyone. This is Attorney Lilian with Lily Legal, where I help my clients get green cards and citizenships for themselves and their families using the U.S. immigration law system. So today we are going to be continuing our talk on the diversity visa lottery. And today we're going to be talking about the mistakes that you need to avoid. I have four mistakes that you really want to avoid if you are going to be applying for the diversity visa lottery. Okay, so for my Instagrammers, let me just make sure you can hear me. Just if you're watching this on Instagram, just let me know you can hear me. I want to make sure that you can hear what I'm saying. So the first thing, let's jump right in because I do not want to waste your time today. The first thing you want to do is to make sure that you are going to the right website, right? You really, oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you can hear me. If you're watching this and you have any questions about anything I'm talking about, go ahead and put it in the comments. Ask me questions. I want to make sure that you get all the information you need when it comes to the diversity visa lottery. Okay. So the first thing, go to the right website. Okay. Do not just Google diversity visa lottery and think it will always take you to the right website. There are scams out there, and you want to make sure that when you're applying, you are going to the right US government website. Okay. So the website is dvprogram.state.gov. Okay. If that's not the website you're on and you are entering the lottery, back out, leave the website. Okay. That is the only website that you can apply for the lottery on. So if you are not on dvprogram.state.gov, you're not entering the lottery. Okay. You may be on a scam website. So if it's not state.gov, you're not in the right place. Okay. So that's the number one thing you really want to make sure that you do right. Okay. Because everything else I'm going to talk about does not matter if you're on the wrong website. Okay. So, number one, be on the right website. Number two, don't miss the deadline. The DV lottery, entering the lottery has specific deadlines. There's no extensions, there's nothing. If you miss the deadline, you miss the deadline. Okay. And the deadline for this year is November 8th, 2022 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So wherever you are in the world, figure out what that time is for you. Eastern Standard Time, US time, Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. on November 8th, 2022. If you miss that, you have to wait for the next year. Okay. You'll have to wait till 2023 before you can enter the lottery yourself. Okay. So go to the right website. Don't miss the deadline. So it's open right now. So if I didn't make that clear, the lottery is open right now. You can enter the lottery right now. Okay. So do not miss that. Go ahead. If you want more detail on the requirements for the lottery, go and watch my video from last week. It is on my YouTube channel, Lily Legal, and you can watch exactly what you need to include, what information is required, what's not required. Go ahead and watch that so that you know exactly what you need to include when you are filing for the lottery. Okay. Now, let's get into, now that you are on the right website, it's before November 8th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's the other mistakes not to make? Do not enter your information more than once. Don't do it. Okay. The website, if you enter your information more than once, it will automatically delete your entry, both of them. Okay. So let's say you entered today right? You went on the website, you put in all your information, you uploaded your picture, everything you're supposed to do, you did it, and you log out and you're out. Then you get your confirmation number. You're like, oh, okay, I'm all set. And you get this thought that, oh, let me enter it again, because the more you enter, the more chances you may have of being selected. And then you go on the website and you enter your information again, upload your picture, get another confirmation number. What's going to happen is, when the program, right? This is all computer software. This is not a person selecting you. The software is going to go through and see if there's any duplicates, to see if your information was entered more than once. And if your information was entered more than once, it is going to delete every single instance that it says your information. So please, please, please do not enter the lottery more than once. Okay, you only get one shot. So once you get your confirmation number, keep your confirmation number. Do not enter again. Do not enter again. Okay. The next thing is keeping your confirmation number. Okay, because the only way you can check if you won the lottery is if you have your confirmation number. So if you do not have your confirmation number, or if you lose your confirmation number, you're not going to be able to check whether you actually won the lottery. So your confirmation number is the key. It's like people that say they won, the jackpot in the US. Like, you know, if you don't have your actual ticket that shows that you selected those numbers, you didn't win anything. So it's the same thing with this. You want to make sure that when you get that confirmation number, that you are keeping it safe, so that when it's time to check if you won the lottery, you can just go ahead, put in your confirmation number, and it will tell you, yes, you won, or no, you didn't win. Okay. But if you don't have that, sorry, there's no fixing it. Okay. So really keep that in mind. Now, that's on entering the lottery. The next thing you really want to make sure is, when you're entering your information, that you are entering it accurately. What does that mean? It means that when you are entering your name, that you are looking at your passport and you are putting exactly the name that's on your passport. The spelling is correct, and you're not using any variations of your name, because if there's any variation to your name, you need to make sure that it's the one that's on your passport, that's on the application. The US government has the right to deny you the visa. So even if you win the lottery, when you go to apply for the visa to actually come to the US, and they look at your information and see, oh, this doesn't match up with what you entered in the lottery, the officer has the right to deny your application. So even though you won the lottery, because of that mistake, you don't get the visa. So really, 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 really make sure that you are including your information exactly how it shows up on your documentation, exactly how it shows up on your passport. Okay, because that's the easiest way for the US government to confirm the spelling of your name, your date of birth, all of those things. And of course, your birth certificate will help in that as well. So you want to make sure every information you're putting in there is accurate. The next thing is lying on your forms. You really want to avoid that. You really do. So I'll tell you what people typically lie about. They say that they don't have a spouse, or that they say that they do when they don't. So someone that is single may think, oh no, I need to include that I have a wife and kids in order for me to be selected for the lottery and get the visa. And then someone that maybe is married and have kids will think, oh, I'm not going to include my wife and kids so that I have a better chance of winning. Well, let me tell you this. Okay, let me tell you this. That's not how it works. The system The algorithm that picks who wins the lottery does not care about your marital status. When you win the lottery and you go to apply for the visa, your marital status doesn't matter. Okay. If you are married, it just means that your spouse can come with you. If you have children, it means your children can come with you. If you're not married and if you do not have children, that means it's just you. Okay. You have to qualify for the visa and go on your own. And if you are married, now your spouse and your children that you included in your application can go with you. When this comes to bite people, is when they come to the US and now they want to apply for citizenship and they realize, oh, am I supposed to include that I wasn't married even though I wasn't married? Or I put that I didn't have children even though I knew I had children? Like, it really ends up affecting your life here and the quality of your life, because in some situations you may not even be able to apply for citizenship because that could lead to you being found deportable. So really, really think about your actions and how it could affect you later on. Another way this can affect you, if you say that you don't have a wife, or you say that you don't have children, and then you come to the US, get your green card, get your citizenship, and you're like, you know what? I miss my family. I want to file for them to come to the US. Well, you told the US government that you didn't have a spouse and you did not have children. Where did the spouse and the children come from? Okay, so that's really a mistake that you want to avoid, because again, saying that you have a spouse, saying that you have children, does not stop you from winning the lottery. And when I say this, people are always like, well, someone told me that. Yeah, people say there's so many myths out there when it comes to the diversity visa lottery, specifically, that I have made it kind of my mission during the season to make sure that you have the right information. Okay. And I'll tell you this, if my dad, right, when he filed for the lottery, he did include our names. And my mother's name, right? He did say that he was married. He did say that he was married. He did say that he had children. If he never mentioned that he was married or that he had children, it would be 10 times harder for him to file for us to then come to the US. So when I say it does not matter if you have a spouse or children, I'm saying that from experience, because he was able to win the lottery while disclosing that he has wife and children. And I know people that personally filed for the lottery, did not have spouse, did not have children, and we're still able to get selected for the lottery. So either way, it does not matter. What matters is your honesty, right? If you lie on the forms, just know it can affect whether or not you're able to apply for citizenship, apply for your family to join you. All those things, you really want to figure out what your ultimate goal is, right? If your ultimate goal is to come here by yourself, not, file for your spouse or your children, that's fine. That's on you. But you should not be lying on the forms, because just because you include your wife or just because you include your spouse and your children on your lottery application does not mean you actually have to file for them to come to the US. Because sometimes that's an issue people don't think is separate. It is separate, right? Applying for your family to get the visa with you and you applying for the lottery are two completely separate things. The US government just wants to make sure that you're being honest with them when you apply for the lottery. Whether your spouse and your children come with you are completely not their business. Okay. Now, the next thing, actually, the final thing, the final mistake you can make is not applying for the lottery. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? If you qualify for the lottery, if you are from a country that can still enter the lottery, right? Why are you not applying? Especially if you want to come to the US, right? This is a program that's set up for you to be able to apply, maybe get selected. Even if you're not selected, right? You still have the possibility of applying again the following year, okay? And if you get selected, there is no requirement, zero requirement that you have a family member or that you have an employer, none of that. That's in the US that's filing for you. This is basically you applying for a lottery, winning the lottery, and coming to the US on your own, right? No one else is involved in your process. You are not relying on a family member to file for you. You're not relying on, employment. You're coming here with a green card. So if you qualify, if you are from a country that qualifies to apply for the lottery and you want to come to the US and live in the US, my question is, why are you not applying? Right? So that is the final mistake you can make, is if you qualify and you do not apply. Okay? If you qualify and you want to come to the US, make sure you apply. And if you want to watch a more detailed video on the things you need to include in your application, the requirements, the countries that can apply, watch my video from last week. It should be up on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page, so that you can see exactly what you need to include. Now, as far as the website, I'm going to give it to you again. Okay. The website that you need to go on to apply for the lottery is dvprogram.state.gov. If you are on any other website but that one, you're in the wrong place. You are in the wrong place. Okay. So make sure you are applying and you are going to the right website. And then, of course, again, the deadline is November 8th, 2022 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. If you log in, if you go on that website at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you are not entering the lottery. It's closed. Okay? There's no extensions, there's no nothing. So if you miss the cutoff time, oh well. And then another thing to keep in mind is, just because it says November 8th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time doesn't mean that you should be logging in November 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to apply for it, because there's probably going to be millions of people on the website at the same time. That may slow down the website. So you really want to make sure that you are applying ahead of time, so that you do not miss the deadline, or that your thing is not spinning and now it's 11:59 a.m. and you're nervous that it's not going to go through. So really make sure, one, that you're going to the right website. Two, that you do not miss the deadline. Don't wait till November 8th. Okay, it's open today. It is open today. So go ahead and apply now. Okay, do not enter more than once. Okay, put in your information, get your confirmation number, and leave it alone. If you enter your information more than once, you will be deleted from the system both times. So if you have more than one entries, all entries are out. And then someone is asking, lottery isn't for Nigerians, I assume. Yes, unfortunately, Nigerians are no longer on the list. However, if a Nigerian is married to someone that's also that their country is eligible, they can still apply and claim their spouse's country. So, for example, if a Nigerian is married to a Ghanaian, because Ghanaians can still apply for the lottery, they can still go ahead and apply and claim their spouse, the Ghanaian's country of birth. That's just an exception that's in there, but a Nigerian on their own can no longer apply for the lottery, unfortunately. According to the US government, there's a lot of Nigerians in the US, so that's what it comes down to. Thanks for your question, and I hope that answers. And Manuel, thank you so much. I'm glad you like the content. If you have questions, please do ask them. I'm happy to respond. And like I said, deadline is November 8th. So if you have questions that come on between now and November 8th, please ask me. Do not wait till November 8th to ask. Okay? So what countries are in this lottery? Okay. Because I don't have it off the top of my head, let me pull it up. So there's more countries that are included than not included. I'll say that. So it's easier for me to tell you the countries that cannot apply than to tell you the countries that can apply. Okay? Because honestly, it's just a lot of countries that can apply. 1 second. Oh, what is the website again? Okay. So I'm just going to let you know the website one more time. I'm going to put it on the screen for the YouTube, Facebook people, and then for my Instagram, it is DV Program, D as in David, V as in Victor, program.state.gov. Okay. And remember, if your country is not on the list anymore, but you are married to someone that their country is still on the list, you can claim your spouse's country of birth. So that's something else to keep in mind. Okay. So Lord have mercy. I had it in front of me. Who asked that? Manuel, I had it in front of me. And then I started the video and it disappeared on me. Okay, so the countries that cannot apply for the lottery. Okay, like I said, it's easier to tell you the countries that cannot than the countries that can, because the list is vast. So the countries that cannot apply for the lottery are Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, China, including Hong Kong, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Republic of Korea, South Korea specifically, United Kingdom, except for Northern Ireland, and let's see, Venezuela and Vietnam. Okay, those are the countries that cannot apply for the lottery. So if your country is not on that list, you can apply. If your country is not on this list, you can apply. So if you watch, I'm actually going to put the list of countries that cannot apply in the description to this video in my YouTube page. So if you want to go and jump on my YouTube page and just see which countries those are, I will go ahead and do that so that you can see it. And I'm also going to put it in the comments so that y'all can see that. Okay. So you should see a comment that says countries not eligible for the DV lottery. Okay. So any other questions, please feel free to ask. As always, I am happy to respond to you and answer your questions. The website is, again, D as in David, V as in Victor, program.state.gov. Okay, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to schedule a consultation with me, you can do that by going to my website, lilylegal.com, or by calling my office at 508-443-1788. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. Bye.